Every single hour your sales team spends manually scrolling through LinkedIn is an hour they aren't closing deals. The traditional fix was writing brittle Python scrapers, but the moment a platform updates its interface code, those DOM-dependent scripts break, requiring constant maintenance. This system replaces the manual hunt with a database that populates autonomously, capturing names, roles, and companies without a single manual click. Beneath the surface, the language model is algorithmically grading every entry against a specific ideal customer profile matrix. Automating the qualitative evaluation of a lead shifts a RevOps architect's daily output from gathering data to pure execution. Building this level of autonomy requires an agentic automation stack. The first component is Airtop, an agentic web browser that can navigate complex platforms and authenticate exactly like a human user. The second component is n8n, a visual orchestration engine that controls the logic of the entire build. The browser handles the extraction of live web data, while the orchestration engine catches that payload and processes the heavy reasoning. Combining a real browser session with a logic engine creates a resilient enrichment pipeline that functions with zero human oversight. To see how this functions in production, we have to look at the extraction layer. Unlike standard scrapers, Airtop utilizes authenticated real browser sessions to access data. The input trigger is simple. The system is fed a raw list of target LinkedIn URLs. The agent reads the page visually to pull the current job title, the About section, and the prospect's detailed experience data. Because this method renders the page like a human would, it ignores UI changes that would break traditional DOM selectors. This phase results in a payload of unstructured text containing the prospect's entire professional history. Robust, real browser rendering is the foundation here. If the extraction is brittle, the downstream AI scoring will fail on incomplete data. That data is then caught by the central nervous system of the build, the orchestration canvas. The orchestration layer receives the unstructured text payload sent from the extraction browser. A formatting node cleans the text, preparing it for the language model. Once organized, the engine routes this structured text into a dedicated AI reasoning node for evaluation. This setup shifts the workflow from a fragile script into a modular, fault-tolerant system. This brings us to the core technical insight, the LLM evaluation node. The model reads the qualitative text and converts it into quantitative data via a strict grading rubric. This chart breaks down our first scoring parameter, seniority level. Junior roles receive 5 points, while mid-level roles earn 15. Leadership roles earn the highest rate, with 25 points for senior positions and 30 for executives. The matrix then shifts to evaluate technical depth. Based on keyword density and context, the AI assigns a score between 5 and 35 points. The final parameter measures the prospect's AI interest. This also scales from 5 to 35 points based on the prospect's recent posts and professional focus. The LLM reads the unstructured text and mathematically maps it against these three distinct matrices. The output is a strictly structured JSON response. These values combine to create a definitive deterministic score out of a possible 100 points. Translating these qualitative profiles into a deterministic 100-point matrix is the ultimate competitive advantage for scaling B2B outreach. Returning to the canvas, the engine uses that score for conditional routing. The router checks if the final ICP score is greater than 80. High-scoring leads are instantly pushed to the CRM. These top-tier prospects are immediately flagged for human sales intervention. Leads scoring under 80 follow a secondary path where they are deleted. Programmatically ignoring unqualified targets ensures your sales energy is spent only on verified leads. This creates a continuous, autonomous loop running in the background 24/7. Automated logic gates ensure your sales team spends its energy exclusively on mathematically probable wins. Zooming out, we see the entire macro cycle. Raw LinkedIn data flowing through the n8n logic engine and into a finalized CRM. This architecture applies active reasoning to each profile, ensuring every lead enters the CRM with a pre-validated business case. Instead of scrolling and guessing, a sales rep opens a pre-qualified scored database. Deploying this automated pipeline allows you to book significantly more sales calls by removing the friction of manual research. Adopting these agentic frameworks is a necessity for future-proofing your revenue operations. For more passive income and AI tips, subscribe to AI and Gen Z. When you architect an autonomous evaluation layer, you shift the human workload from gathering data to acting on mathematically probable wins.